Hello everyone and welcome back to our IGTV channel. Today I'm teaming up with California Prunes to bring you a pretty fun, exciting recipe. They sent me a basket of ingredients, which I'm super excited about. I have no idea what I'm gonna be cooking, but I'd be lying if I said I don't have an idea of what I'm gonna put together. We have ingredients like sweet potatoes, mushrooms, walnuts, pecans, lentils. I'm using a passata. We have a sherry vinegar, thyme, oregano, pepper, salt, flax meal, fresh oranges, butter, olive oil, garlic, rainbow chard. I think what I'm gonna come up with is a summer shepherd's pie. Something that's really light, really easy, comforting, but not heavy. So we're gonna start by simply boiling the potatoes. So I'm just gonna remove the skins from them here. And we're gonna be making a meat element, right? So if you're familiar with Food by Maria, I love using things like walnuts and mushrooms and making meat sauces. So I'm gonna twist things up a little bit by using lentils. Then we've added an incorporated walnut and pecan mix. And we have our mushrooms, we're using cremini. And then we're gonna be using California prunes. Each California prune bag contains, I believe, 6 prunes. So that's 1 serving. We're gonna be using 3 servings of California prunes in our meat sauce substitute. It's gonna come out in a type of a paste. It's gonna offer and lend a lot of sweetness. It's gonna complement the tomatoes and it's gonna fit perfectly. So imagine the meat sauce mixture, a bit of chard, and then a sweet potato mash on top. It is gonna be delightful and I'm so excited to walk you through this whole process. Okay, so let's remove the skin from these sweet potatoes. Chop as well as you can, as little or as big. We're just gonna be boiling it and then mashing. So we have our sweet potatoes chopped. They're all ready to go. I have water boiling. I'm just gonna go drop them in, cook them till tender. I've got a pan, and I'm gonna heat it up and I'm gonna add some vegan butter. Big blob, around 2 heaped tablespoons. We're gonna melt it up. And then as you can see, I've pre-chopped some red bell pepper and some mushrooms. We're gonna pop them in there once the butter has melted, and then we're gonna go in with our 3 servings. We got 18 prunes. So we're gonna give those a nice chop. We're gonna get them into like a paste consistency. And I want you to remember a few things about prunes and why they're so important. They're incredibly important for bone health, and they're really great for gut health. And they're also a great sweetener alternative for anything artificial. So if you don't want to use sugar, prunes are a great substitute. They're super sweet, they're super yummy, and they balance out savory and sweet recipes. That's why we're using it in the meat substitutes. Mushrooms are composed of a lot of water, so they're gonna reduce by at least half, and you want them to get nice and brown. We're gonna let this cook down for quite a while, and then we're gonna go in with the pecans, the walnuts, the lentils, and the prunes that we're gonna chop up really nice and fine. While our veggies saute, we cut the garlic. Get it nice and fine, minced. There we go. So we're gonna go into the mixture. So I'm getting hungry and I'm cooking, and I'm gonna have a bite of my no-bake California prune power balls. I made these just before you guys arrived. So easy to make, and they're so good. You can trick your kids into thinking these are like chocolate power balls. Not only are they tasty, they're good for your gut. And the digestive system is so important to me. Look at that texture. It's reduced a little bit. We're gonna go in with the lentils, around 1.5 cups or 2 cups. I'm gonna go in with the seasonings. I'm gonna do some black pepper, salt, lots of oregano, around 2 tablespoons, fresh thyme, sherry vinegar. We're gonna quickly food process these. So there's a meal, there we are. And this texture is so good in the meat sauce. Going in. Now, for la pièce de résistance, California prunes. Here we go, okay. Oh, they're so soft and sweet. So give them a good chop. Here we go. We want to get a really nice consistency. And if while watching this video, you're thinking to yourself, wow, I should be cooking with prunes a little bit more, incorporating a little bit of a more unique, distinguished flavor to your diet, hop on over to californiaprunes.ca. They have ample amounts of recipes that you could be looking at, drawing inspiration from. Look at, we're just kind of creating a date paste here. The cool thing about these California prunes is that they have such a distinguished taste and flavor. They're so consistent, and that's attributed to the climate in California and just how distinct and favorable their conditions are. So we've got this paste, plop it on over to the mixture. Okay, we have some passata. We're gonna just pop this in and let everything kind of loosen up, and we're gonna add a little bit of water too. So the sweet potatoes are all perfectly cooked. I've added salt, olive oil, pepper. We're gonna go in with some orange juice. It's gonna be such a nice distinguishing flavor. So I'm just using a simple fork. They're so tender, it won't need much more than that. So to thicken everything up, we're gonna go in with the really fun egg alternative flax meal. Okay, so we've got our desired consistency, the flavor's right, and we're just gonna go in with a little bit of maple syrup. So now we have our rainbow chard. We're gonna add this to our prune, walnut, pecan, lentil, pepper, mushroom mixture. So let's go into the meat sauce. Okay, we did it. Look, look. It is amazing. Tried it and it is so good. It tastes a lot like meat sauce. The texture is on par. It is perfect. The prunes blended perfectly. Your kids are never gonna know. Your husband's never gonna know. You don't have to explain to them that it's a prune meat sauce. But at the same time, you have to, because the health benefits are just so incredibly amazing. The flavor is amazing. Let's just take the meat sauce here. We're gonna start layering it on the base of this casserole dish. I think this is like roughly 9 by 9. We want like a pretty hefty layer, right? Plop there. So nice and gently, just get it nice and flat. Try and get everything covered with potato. I've had the oven preheating to 400 for quite a while now. And with a broil though, folks, you want it nice and brown. Oh yeah. Summer shepherd's pie goes into the oven. I'll be right back when it's ready. It's done. We're gonna garnish it with some thyme to put some prunes on it. Fresh thyme plopped on top. Yeah. Summer recipe going down. So good. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And as I mentioned, if you want more information on prunes, California prunes specifically, go check out their website, californiaprunes.ca. Check out a variety of recipes and so many different ways that you can incorporate more gut health, more bone health, and more overall nutrients to your diet. Over and out. Make this shepherd's pie.